Most people think heart attacks come without warning, but doctors know the truth. The heart always sends signs before it fails. They are quiet, easy to ignore, and often mistaken for nothing serious. Cardiologists avoid heart attacks not by luck, but by recognizing early patterns. That same language is speaking inside your body right now. The problem isn't silence, it's that most people don't listen. Heart disease remains the world's top killer because the warnings go unnoticed. Let's start decoding them. The strange ear clue that makes doctors pause. There is a surprising place where heart issues sometimes leave their fingerprints: the earlobe. A deep diagonal crease across the earlobe has been observed more often in people with artery disease. This unusual line, known casually as Frank's sign, does not mean a person is sick, but it may suggest that the blood vessels are aging faster than they should. The theory is simple but unsettling. The same conditions that damage large arteries may also affect tiny vessels in the ears. Reduced blood flow leads to tissue change, and over time, that crease forms like a wrinkle of circulation failure. It does not diagnose heart disease, but it often raises suspicion, especially when it appears in younger individuals. When a 40-year-old has a crease typically seen in an 80-year-old, doctors pay attention. It's the heart's way of sending a small postcard from afar. The bald legs that may be begging for blood. Hair doesn't grow for decoration. It grows because blood quietly feeds every follicle. When circulation weakens, hair is usually the first thing to disappear. Loss of hair on the legs, particularly from the shins and calves, can mean blood flow has slowed dramatically. Arteries, once smooth and wide, may have become narrow tunnels. Oxygen struggles to pass through, nutrients arrive late, and the body decides hair is no longer essential for survival. This form of circulation trouble rarely stays local. The same process that blocks arteries in the legs likely affects the heart as well. The legs don't go bald in isolation. They often carry the first whisper of a much louder problem elsewhere in the body: the yellow patches that should never be ignored. Sometimes cholesterol doesn't stay hidden inside the arteries. Sometimes it shows up on the skin. Soft yellow patches that appear around the eyelids may seem harmless or merely cosmetic, but they are often linked to unhealthy levels of fats in the blood. These deposits, known as xanthelasmas, can be a visible sign that your body is not handling cholesterol properly. What makes them especially dangerous is that they can appear even when blood test results look normal. In other words, your lab reports may seem fine while your arteries quietly struggle. Your eyes might look healthy, but your blood vessels may be carrying a very different story. These pale yellow marks are not simple skin flaws. They can be warning labels written by your body long before symptoms appear. The pale halo that can predict trouble early. A pale or gray ring around the colored part of the eye may look like nothing more than a sign of aging. And for many older people, that's exactly what it is. But when this ring shows up much earlier in life, it can carry a far more serious message. Known as the corneal arc, this change happens when cholesterol slowly builds up along the outer edge of the cornea. If it appears in younger adults, it may point to dangerously high cholesterol or triglyceride levels and a greater risk of blocked arteries. The eye, often called the window to the soul, can also be a window to your cardiovascular health. It doesn't just reflect the world around you. Sometimes, it reveals the danger developing inside you. When your skin turns blue in a warm room, blue lips, purple fingertips, or a dusky skin tone in a warm environment should never be ignored. This change in color is a clear sign that oxygen is not reaching your tissues the way it should. Either your heart is struggling to pump blood efficiently, or your lungs are failing to load enough oxygen into your bloodstream. In both cases, your body is being starved of the fuel it needs to survive. Blue skin is not a harmless change. It's an emergency signal. When oxygen levels fall, the skin literally changes color to warn you. It is your body raising a red flag in blue ink, and ignoring it can quickly become life-threatening. The wound that refuses to close. A small cut or sore should heal in a short time. When healing is slow or doesn't happen at all, something beneath the surface is interfering. Non-healing wounds on the legs or feet are often the result of dangerously weak circulation. Blood is supposed to deliver oxygen and nutrients that rebuild damaged tissue. When it can't reach the wound properly, healing stops and infection takes over. Over time, the skin begins to break down instead of repair itself. What looks like a simple wound on the surface may actually be a sign of severe trouble in the arteries below. The swelling that signals a struggling heart. If your ankles swell and your shoes feel tight by the end of the day, it's not always just water retention or standing too long. Swelling in the legs can mean that the heart no longer has the strength to push blood forward as it should. When circulation slows, fluid leaks out of blood vessels and collects in the lower body under gravity's pull. This is why swelling is often worse in the evening and improves overnight. Noticeable puffiness in the legs and feet is often one of the earliest physical signs that the heart is losing the battle to keep blood moving properly. When the body speaks through sensations. Not all warnings are visible, some are felt. Breathlessness that arrives too early during effort may reflect a heart that can no longer push blood efficiently. Lungs often receive the blame, but the heart may be the culprit. Coughing up frothy or pale sputum can mean the lungs are flooding from behind. Fluid leaks into air spaces not because of infection, but because the heart cannot keep the circulation moving. Sleeping upright may feel like aging, but it's often the heart demanding gravity's help. When lying flat becomes uncomfortable, the heart may not be tolerating the position. Fatigue that persists even after rest is another confession. When blood doesn't deliver energy efficiently, the entire body slows down. The heart becomes a failing power station. Waking multiple times at night to urinate may not be a bladder issue at all. When you lie down, fluid that once collected in your legs re-enters circulation, and your kidneys rush to clear it. The heart quietly orchestrates nighttime plumbing. Pain in the calves, when walking that stops during rest, is a signature sign of blocked blood flow. Muscles scream for oxygen. The pain disappears when demand drops, and chest pain remains the ultimate red flag. If pain spreads into the jaw, arm, back, or stomach, always assume the heart until proven otherwise. Delay is dangerous. Denial is deadly. Before you go, remember this. Your heart doesn't fail quietly, and it doesn't fail fast. It warns you first. If even one of today's signs made you pause and think, then this video did its job. Now do 2 life-saving things for me real quick. Hit the like button so this video reaches more people who may not even know they're at risk yet. And smash subscribe so you don't miss the next video that could protect your heart, your future, or someone you love. Share this with one person you care about, because one share can prevent one tragedy. Thank you for watching, take care of your heart, and I'll see you in the next video.